Receptacle outlets can be installed face up on the floor of a kitchen, provided that they meet specific requirements outlined in the National Electrical Code, commonly referred to as the NEC. The most important consideration is the enclosure in which the receptacle is housed. Firstly, the receptacle must be installed in a listed enclosure. This means that the enclosure has been tested and certified by recognized testing laboratories such as Underwriters Laboratories, commonly referred to as UL or Intertic, to meet specific safety standards. This listing ensures that the enclosure provides adequate protection against electrical hazards and is suitable for its intended use. Secondly, the enclosure must be specifically designed for floor mounting. Floor-mounted enclosures are typically constructed to be more robust and resistant to physical damage compared to standard wall-mounted enclosures. They are designed to withstand the weight of foot traffic, impacts from dropped objects, and exposure to spills and moisture. Thirdly, the enclosure must provide protection from physical damage. Kitchen floors are subject to various types of physical stress, including impacts from drop pots and pans, scrapes from furniture, and exposure to cleaning solutions. The enclosure must be able to withstand these conditions without compromising the safety or functionality of the receptacle. This typically involves using a durable material such as metal or high-impact plastic and incorporating design features that protect the receptacle from damage. Receptacles installed in face-up floor-mounted locations in kitchens must be connected to the small appliance branch circuits that serve the kitchen. These circuits are specifically designated to supply power to small appliances such as toasters, blenders, and coffee makers. According to the NEC, a minimum of 220-amp small appliance branch circuits are required to serve the kitchen countertop and receptacle outlets. Connecting floor receptacles to these circuits ensures that they have sufficient capacity to handle the loads imposed by small appliances. Furthermore, it prevents overloading of general-purpose circuits, which could lead to overheating and fire hazards. The small appliance branch circuits are required to be 20-amp circuits. These should be wired with 12 American wire gauge, commonly referred to as AWG copper conductors, or equivalent. The use of 20-amp circuits provides sufficient capacity for the anticipated load of small appliances, while the 12 AWG conductors ensure that the circuit can safely handle the current without overheating. The NEC also specifies requirements for the spacing and location of small appliance receptacle outlets. Receptacles must be installed so that no point along the countertop is more than 24 inches from a receptacle outlet. This ensures that appliances can be easily plugged in without the need for extension cords, which can be a safety hazard. All receptacle outlets installed in face-up floor-mounted locations in kitchens must have ground fault circuit interrupter, commonly referred to as GFCI, protection. GFCI protection is a critical safety feature that helps to prevent electrical shock. GFCIs work by monitoring the current flowing through a circuit. If the current flowing into the circuit differs from the current flowing out by a small amount, typically 5 mA, the GFCI will trip and quickly cut off power to the circuit. This difference in current indicates a ground fault, which can occur when electricity is flowing through an unintended path, such as through a person's body. GFCI protection is particularly important in kitchens because of the presence of water and other conductive materials. The risk of electrical shock is higher in damp or wet environments, as water can provide a path for electricity to flow through the body. By providing GFCI protection, the NEC aims to minimize the risk of electrical shock in kitchens. GFCI protection can be provided in two ways. Firstly, a GFCI receptacle can be installed. A GFCI receptacle is a standard receptacle that is built in GFCI protection. It has test and reset buttons on the face of the receptacle that allow the user to verify that the GFCI is working properly. Secondly, a GFCI circuit breaker can be installed. A GFCI circuit breaker is installed in the electrical panel and provides GFCI protection for the entire circuit. This is a good option if multiple receptacles need GFCI protection. When selecting a GFCI device, it is important to choose one that is listed by a recognized testing laboratory. This ensures that the device meets applicable safety standards and will function properly in the event of a ground fault. The NEC contains specific requirements for the installation of receptacles in dwelling units, including kitchens. These requirements are designed to ensure the safety of occupants and to prevent electrical hazards. Understanding these requirements is essential for anyone involved in the design or installation of electrical systems in kitchens. The NEC Article 210.52 addresses the specific requirements for receptacle outlets in dwelling units. This section provides detailed guidelines on the spacing, location, and type of receptacles that are required in various areas of the home, including kitchens. Understanding the requirements outlined in NEC Article 210.52 is essential for ensuring that receptacle outlets are installed safely and in accordance with code. In summary, installing receptacle outlets face up on the floor of a kitchen is permitted, provided that specific requirements are met. These requirements include using a listed enclosure designed for floor mounting that provides protection from physical damage, connecting the receptacles to the small appliance circuits, and providing GFCI protection. By adhering to these requirements, you can ensure that floor receptacles in kitchens are installed safely and in accordance with the NEC. It's important to note that electrical codes and regulations can vary depending on the jurisdiction. Always consult with a qualified electrician or local building inspector to ensure that your electrical work complies with all applicable codes and regulations. Working with electricity can be dangerous, so it's always best to leave electrical work to qualified professionals. Understanding the NEC requirements for receptacle outlets in kitchens is essential for ensuring the safety of occupants and preventing electrical hazards. By following the guidelines outlined in this narration and consulting with qualified professionals, you can ensure that your electrical installations are safe and compliant with all applicable codes and regulations. Remember, safety should always be the top priority when working with electricity.